this one, view on YouTube, edit, so save changes, schedule time. We don't have anything here, and here we have view on YouTube. Let's try continue on YouTube. Okay, so they say that we are here. Let me find this part, copy. Okay, so they say that we are here, so let's try to do it. Okay, so as this is our first session, let me. I have double. This is our. I was telling you this is our first session. We are in model number 7. My name is Luz Maria Campos, and I will be your teacher. We can call like this one for this model. Okay, so let's check. What are we going to do today is this one. Yes, this is our agenda. This is my introduction. Then how we are going to have a communication. Then I am talking to you about the model in general. After that, our activities for this first week, the way that I do the feedback, and I am going to mention something about actividad socioemocional and learning forum, and then we have some questions. Let's try to do it. What do we have here? It is we are having this presentation. It will be in Spanish, but my speaking will be in English in order that we can you can connect some of the topics with my speaking and the presentation. Anyway, if at the end of the class, of at the end of this session, you would like to ask something in Spanish, please do it. You are free to speak in Spanish in this part. Okay? So let's start with my introduction, my background. Okay, I have two majors. The first one is like a public accountant. The second one is like a teacher of English. I also have a master degree in education, basically, and I have been taking so many courses about use of technologies. But as you can notice, this runs faster at my learning. So sometimes I am behind of this part, and we're trying to do the best that I can. I have my experience. It is in high school, preparatoria. I have been working in CONALEP, uh, private schools, and another public schools also. And also I work with university students. I have been working in Prep en Línea since the first generation. I started working in model number, I remember it was number 4, and it was 3, 4, 5, and after that I have to move to number 6 and number 7. And normally are the ones that I am teaching, number 6 and number 7. I am very, very happy. It is another way of learning and sharing, and I really enjoy this part of being here. Okay, so normally I am connected to from Monday to Thursday, Saturdays, and then I will be there on platform from 8:30 at night to 10:30. This is normally the way that I work. Yes, and our sessions will be on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. I don't know if it is okay for you, or would you like that I change it to another time? You have to let me know by private message or here in the chat. If you have something, you say, okay, it is okay or it is not. Okay, let me check about the platform if there are some other students try to get it. It is Fernando. Okay, let me check it. Uh, um, there are two, there are three more students, and I have to. This part. And I have the other one. I I'm erasing. Okay, so let's move and let's continue with this part. Okay, how we have a kind of communication. Basically, we can be in contact by the platform. It is something that is faster than the other way. If you send some emails to my account, someone they are lost. Yes, I couldn't find it, and it is difficult to follow them. When you are sending the messages by platform, is easier and faster because I have to get in all the platform every day, every single day. So it is important for me. It is better if you can contact me by this part when you have here the messages and you can go there. Yes. So also remember that we have other kinds of forms of other kinds of communications in this part, that we have this one that it is social, and the other one is about technical problems. For social problems, I would like that you focus your attention in this one that says Foro Social. You can send all the things that normally do, like I I wish you the best of the week. It is nice to see you again. My best wishes. I don't know, something that you need or something that you want to share and you feel proud of something. Yes, an activity, an action. I don't know, because it is for this purpose. It is social. So in that way, you can send some greetings in this part. Yes. In other way, it is like no working as it has to do. About technical problems, you have here Foro de Dudas Técnicas. And remember, when you have a problem, you have to send the description of the problem. If it is recommendable, that you can send also the screenshot and also your user. In that way, the people on the other side can help you to solve the problem. If not, it is not possible. Okay? So it is basically about the way that we are going to be in touch. I have a comment, but I don't know where is it. Okay, I think it is in YouTube. Okay, so now let's continue with this part. Okay, this is our model. Yes, it is the topics that we are going to check. We are going to check something about present, the activities that we are having in the moment. Also, we are talking about the same description, but activities that were happening in the past. Mhm. After that, you have to describe something that was happening in the past, directly in the past. Let me, okay, directly in the past. Mhm. And you are going to do two things. Yes, something about describing your happy day and about talking about your family to use this part about the past tenses. After that, we're going to move to the future. Yes, how is your plans? How do you see yourself? Something that you want to share in the future. So this is the main things that we are going to see during this model. The past, okay, present continuous, past, and future. Basically, or are the four things that we're going to check. And in our 4 week, we have to put all of them together. Yes, they find an activity in which one you have to put all of them together, so there will be no problem in this case. This part is about the evaluation. It is the same that you had uh, in the previous models. You have your activities. After that, you have your final project. You also have this part about the learning forum or the struggle forum at the end of the 4 week. uh, Self-evaluation, actividades socioemocionales, and something that it is about your participation or your contribution on the platform. Yes, they are having some measurements about the time that you spend in the platform. So it is important that you do the activities. Remember, all of them are for you to practice. So this will be very useful if you can do it. Okay. Mm, I think that it is. um, so let's continue with this presentation. We have to wait that she moves. Okay. What is this? This is a tool that you have on the platform. Normally, it is uh, like in a calendar, if you can say like that. It is the steps that you have to follow during the week for doing your activities. I know that for you sometimes it's very hard to follow these steps because you are working, but if the closest that you will be to these activities, the fastest that you are going to finish with your activities and you can enjoy your weekend. The purpose for this one is to help you to organize your time, and in that way you can finish on Friday and you will be free on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, sorry. Yes, it is the way that we it can help you. You can print it and you can mark it every single day, and that's it. These are all the resources that we have on the platform. Here, the one that you have here is the one that I was mentioned before, is this one. You can check online, also you can download it and you can print it, and it will be very useful. And the rest are all the resources that we have for finish our two activities. Yes, so you can do it one by one, and if you follow them, you won't have problems for doing. Also, we have in every week 2 pages. This is a one to learn further. Remember, learn. It is like the complement for teaching. I am teaching and you are learning. So in this part, these pages, for this one, it is something that will help you for having some pages about grammar, something that you can check and you can review if you think that all the resources are not enough for you. Okay? And the second one is about practice. As they mentioned, it is for practice, for you to do exercises. You can do exercises online for practice all these things. So I invite you that you can do it and you can go there, because in that way you can learn more your new knowledge. You can practice it. You can solve your questions about something in specific. So if you can do it, it will be good for you. Okay, we have someone there. Let me say hi, everybody. Okay, so it works. We will see at the end of the part. Let me go back. So after you check and you follow the steps that we have here on the guide, so we can go and check our first activity. This is the first activity. Okay, it is simple. You will have it, you download it, you answer it. There is no problem. The point, what is the point here? The point is that you have to practice the present continuous. You have to describe the activities that are happening in this moment. They are saying this is example. And what are they doing? They are using this part. What is happening? What is the woman doing? What are they wearing? As you can notice, you are using this one like it is the ing to describe activities that are happening in this moment. In that case, when we are describing a picture, we have to use this part. And you have to be aware that you have to use all the sentences has to be complete, because we are using something about writing. And when we are writing, we have to keep in mind that when someone else is reading, the message has to be very clear. If you write incomplete, the other person who is reading your answer isn't going to understand what is happening there. So it is important for you to write complete sentences. In English, most of the time we have to use complete these sentences, like we need the subject and the verb, and then the rest of the information. It is the way that it works. It is different in that way with the Spanish, but in English we need to have the subject and after that the verb. And in this case we have this part. Yes, we have to use ing because they are asking us with this one ing. Doing, talking. Yes, in this three doing, they are drinking. This are doing, they are dancing. So it is important that you follow the same structure, that you have to pay attention. What are they ask me? And I have to answer in the same level. Yes, it is not like they ask like this one, I and I give the answer in this level. No, they have to be in the same. No, it is something like this one. Okay, let me find this one. You have this chart about how this is working. We have present continuous. This is the tense. It is the one that we are working with that. We have this one that is the subject. After that, you need to use am, is, or are according to this subject, and then the main verb or the activity that we are describing, and we have to add the ing. I am drawing a picture. She is sleeping in the room. They are watching a film. So it is how this working. So let me stop. Dejar de compartir. And I will try to share something here. Share screen. Let me check. I have some. No, I don't have it. Okay, let's continue with this part. I was looking. Oh, this one. Let's try again. Share screen. Is here. Okay, this is example of the activity that you have it. Yes, you have here the letters, and they have here, yes, the letters in A, and you have here the A. You have to pay attention and you have to answer according to this image. So you see this, what is happening? We have this part, and she say, all the people, yes, it is the subject, and then we have the verb, are dancing. What are the woman and the man doing? Again, we have here the subject. We can use like this one, and then we have are dancing. And the woman, we can use like a different one. Okay, the woman, we have the subject, is wearing, we have the verb, and then we have the complement. Uh-huh. So as you can notice, these kind of sentences are very short, are complete. It is the only that we want to know. There is nothing else that you have to add and make something like 5 or 4 rows in which one, or lines in which one you have to describe. They are very simple. You see it like this one. He's looking. Again, you have here the subject, and then we have. Mhm. In this case, this is not correct because we have the two men. In this part, we are talking about two. Yes, and this example only have one. So we can say that it is not correct because in this part they are asking about the two and they are only saying that it one is here. So then you have to write the questions, and after that they say that you have to record a message. You have to imagine that you are in the museum looking at this one, and you can use all this information to make your message. So you have to start here. Hi, guess what? I am watching a fantastic painting named Dance at the Male of the Glade. There are many people in the picture. I can see the people dancing. There is a woman in a white dress and her partner. All this information are here. So if these answers are correct, your recording will be correct. So you have to put them together. Yes, just start putting them together, and you know how you are masters, you are experts in this part about sharing your audios. So you can do it with any problem. Okay, let's continue with this part. Mm, we have this one. Okay, so remember to, I really beg, yes, le suplico, I beg that you write complete sentence, concrete, complete and short. You don't need any extra things because we're checking this part. Then what do we have in this part? How do you know that you are doing your activity as it was required? Yes, when you have your platform, I don't know if you can notice. Let me check if we can do it. Mhm. Let me, I am trying to open the platform. Mhm. Let me dejar de compartir. And now let's start. A ver. Share screen. And um, let's check if we have this one. Yes. Okay. Now you have this part. I have to move. Let me have this part here. Okay. This is the platform. Okay. Now we have here in the activity, and we're going to check the rubric. When you get in, you say the purpose, what are you going to do, what are you going to send, and then you have something here that it is cómo se evaluará. And in this part you have this, it says the rubrica. I don't see my screen, but I think that you can see it. When you click here, I don't know, it doesn't work. Boo. Let me stop share. Anyway, when you click on it, I have to start jumping and jumping. Sorry. Is this one? Let's check. When you click on it, you will have the things and the elements that we are going to consider in your grades. So if you want to be the expert, if you want to get 10 in your activities, you have to do these things. And it says in Spanish, like this one, descarga el documento, el baile del molino, sí. Entonces responde, dice, redacta en inglés una respuesta específica a las primeras 6 preguntas que aparecen en el documento. Sí redacta en inglés, pero las tiene que redactar completas y de acuerdo a las normas gramaticales que están viendo. So if you check, all those things are going to check different levels of learning. So it is important that you check this part. Remember that you have this magic document, you have this in the platform. Yes, you can get it when you go to the platform in this part. Yes, when you click on this part, voila, it appears immediately and you can check it. So you won't have problems. Okay, let's move to our presentation. I'm sorry about this one, this part. So we have this. So you have to pay attention, you have it, you have to read, you have to check, you have to verify all those things that you have here. In my opinion, if you don't get 10, don't worry, you are learning. So you don't have to get all the time 10 and you have to be perfect. Yes, it is something that it happened. So you have to be worried with at the end of the course, you didn't get 10. But in this process, there is not a big deal that you have to get 10. But anyway, so sometimes there is the way. The second activity is something similar. You know how this works. You download the document. You have here some questions. But in this case, instead of working with like the pictures describing something that is happening in this moment, we are going to describe something that is happening, that was happening in the past. So in this case, we have to switch. And the difference mainly, it is this one. If you can see here, we are using where, that it is the past tense. Okay, where, what were they doing? 3 questions and things like that. But in this case, we are talking about the past. It is the most tricky things that we have to keep in mind. The use of was and were, and also the connectors first, after that, and then. It is important that you have here. Let me show you. Let me open first the second activity. It is this part. Okay. Desktop, share this one, and share screen, and you can see uh, this one. Okay, this is the document you have here. What are you going to do? And you have first, after, then. I remember I was telling you that it is the important thing. Yes, we're stealing. And they ask you, what were you doing? What were you doing? Okay, I was washing the dishes. Then I went, no, it is not correct. Yes, it is not correct because this is simple past. And they want us to describe what was happening. So in this case, I was watching, and then I I was taking a bath. You can say that. And I was putting on my clothes. And the neighborhoods, and I was watching some gentlemen, something like that. So the point is that you have to describe the things with this part. I don't know why most of the time you are here, and then you switch to another tenses. And no, it is important that you keep the past. Here again we have, what were you doing? It is past. And in this case we say, I am going to walk. And this, let me tell you that it is future. I don't have this part. This one is future. We are not working with future. In this tense, in this activity, we're working with past. Then I go to work. No, because it's not the one that that we want to practice. You have to force yourself. You have to push your brain to learn new things and to use them and use them properly. So please do it. Yes, again, it is something simple. You don't have to do anything. I was washing the dishes for breakfast, and then let's move to this one. I was taking a shower. And that's it. They are very simple, concrete, but they have to be complete and in past continuous. It is the most important thing, that it has to be in past continuous. Yes, you have some questions, and then you have record the answers to the questions the police officer asked and the questions you ask. Okay, what the answers that you have here. That's why it has to be short, because remember that sometimes you don't have enough time here. They tell you that it has to be 2 minutes or something like that. So if you write here like this one, and after that, when you have to record, you don't have time. So make it shorter. No, it is simple. Stop. Dejar de compartir. Let's continue with the presentation about. If you have some questions, please write them on your uh, notebook or in a piece of paper that you have next to you. Okay. Now, We almost finished, so be patient. So about the questions, what are the questions? You also learn in English in the model 6 how to create questions. So we are going to work in the same, but now in the past. Yes, as you have to create questions, you have to use this one: where, how, what, why, or when. And after, you have to use was, the subject, and then the verb. Yes, it is something like this one. The question word, sometimes we use this in like this one. We use this in face to face classes. The first, it is about question word, then you have the auxiliary, then the subject, the verb, and the complement. This is the way that it works. All the question word that you have here, then you have the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb. And then the complement. You have the rest. In the case that you are using this, if you're not using this, you only have to use the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb, and then the complement if you have it. Yes? Let me find someone. I don't know. No, we're not. Wait for me 2 minutes. I am checking if someone is wanting to get in. No. Okay. So we were checking about the questions. And about one of the things that you have in the second activity is the say. Who lives with you? What were they doing? Were they doing before, during, and after the thief? Mention 3 persons and 2 activities. So we have I live with Maria, Juan, and Anita. Yes? Anna was watching Netflix and washing the dishes. 2 activities for Anita. Uh-huh. Roberto was playing the guitar and dancing. 2 activities. Uh-huh. Diana was studying and listening the music. 2 activities. So if you want to say something about Roberto and Diana, it is okay. Roberto and Diana were studying and listening the music. 2 activities. So, and you put them together with this and. So, as you can notice, you see, with this one, I have one of the answers. If I create another 2 like this one, I finish with the answer. There is no extra information that you needed. And let's move to this one. Okay, what are we going to work about the rubric? They are grade you different levels. It will be like the learning, attitude, communicative, and critical thinking, the way that you are doing this one. And they are graded in the ways of if you're expert, if you're trained, if you're appropriated in your levels, if you're a learner, if you need helps or is not evaluable. Be careful, please. If you are not sending your audios, you will be in this part, not evaluable in some of them. Yes? So be sure that you are sending your audios and be sure that they are be able to open, to be listening, because sometimes you send the link and it says it is closed, it's private. No. So be sure that it is open, that I will be able to listen you, because if not, it's the same. It is important that you send your audios. You are learning. You don't have to worry about who's listening. You don't have to be perfect. Listen to me. No, you don't have to be perfect. You are learning. So it is a process. So it is okay if you are not doing great, but because you are trying. And this is the most important thing, that you have to try. Yes. So what about the feedback? The feedback, it is doing in English, and most of the time I send some specific sentences, very short and concrete, and I will send in some of your examples. And after this symbol, you have to find the things that you have to improve. Yes, you have to think about what will be the correct answer. I am not going to give you the answers. I'm You are having to check because you are learning. If I only give you, okay, this is the correct one, you are saying, okay, there is no problem. Yes, but if not, you have to select this part. So it is, I, sorry, something happened here. Let's take this example. I'm live in Mexico. So after the symbol, I make the notes. Am or live. Select one. It is not possible to have these two in this sentence. You have to select one. It is okay. Okay, I in Mexico. Remember, you need the subject and the verb. In this case, we don't have verb. What is the verb? That's my question. What is the verb? I live in Mexico. I live. So something is missing here. You have to include something, because this example, it is about, maybe this is the topic about prepositions and you need it, but if not, some of the times I'm sharing with you this part, that it is like an dictionary, speaking dictionary. It is only the way that you have to pronounce the words. They are not giving some or the meaning, it is too short only for having the idea about the meaning of this one. But if you have a problem with a specific word, so I will mark it. Sometimes I am marking something about specific in the point of, it is a very common word and you are mispronounced. Let's say an example. Uh, for example, doing. And most of the time I have students that they say doing, and it is not doing, it's doing. So doing is a common word. So I have to mark you, because you have to repeat and you have to check. Yes. Another one is since, and I don't know why most of the people say science. It's not science, it's since, and it is very common. So I have to mark it. So if I am not marking this part, don't worry. You are in the process. Yes. So you are learning. You have to practice. And please, please include your audios. Here it is one. Okay. Let me here. Uh, okay, you have actividad socioemocional that you have to do it, you have to read it, and you know how to do it. And it is important that you get into your session with your tutor. I think it is tomorrow. Yes, you have the learning forum, that it is something about activities or situations. You have there the instructions. What is this for? It is for you to practice, to increase your English learning. Yes, and share with us something, but over a specific topic. It was so concrete. They tell us you have to talk about this part, you have to share something about this one. It is important that you do it. Why? Because when we are in week number 4, we have to practice this part about the forum. So if you haven't practiced, when you arrive to uh, week number 4, it wouldn't be possible that you were there. So it is something that you have to do. Okay, so as almost the last one, it is for you, my advices. Or, organize your time, send your activities, and be active on the forum. So, okay, I will tell you something after that. So it's now time for you about your questions or something that you need to add. I am here. You can do it. Remember, you can do it in English or even in Spanish. No? So, if you don't have any questions, I think that we can finish the session. I hope that I was clear. I apologize myself about the technical problem at the beginning. I think that we can solve it. Let's check the following week. I think that I am going to send you the YouTube link after I start the StreamYard session in order that you can access to this one. Okay, so if you don't have any extra question or something like that, I have to say uh, good night and see you soon. That means see you the next week. Okay, so let me end this broadcast.